Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Waterloo Regional Police hope to put a halt to a holiday trend that's been lighting up at Kitchener Park. They've issued a warning to the community that personal fireworks are not allowed at Victoria Park. With Canada Day just days away, police are hoping to get the message out early to avoid dangerous displays from happening. Here's CTV's Heather Centerin.
A firework frenzy has been taking over the streets of downtown Kitchener on recent holidays. This was just last month on Victoria Day near Victoria Park, a similar scene annually on that day.
What ends up happening is we get this mob effect and kids come down and chaos breaks out.
The ward's councillor says it's not only mayhem on the streets, it's a safety risk.
Look at this.
The fact that people are throwing explosives at each other, which somebody could really get hurt.
With Canada Day approaching, police are reminding the public
they are not allowed at all to be releasing or using any type of fireworks within the park.
Police will be watching to make sure people are following the rules.
We will be having a very large increased presence in Victoria Park, and we will be enforcing the laws heavily. So we're just asking people go there, be respectful, be responsible, be safe.
Personal fireworks aren't allowed anywhere in the region at city parks. When 2026 started, so did a ban on the sale of fireworks in Kitchener and Waterloo. If you break the rules and set them off anyway,
you may run a bylaw fine. You may also be arrested for a criminal act as well. It all depends on what you're doing and what risk you're putting to the public as well.
Chapman says she's heard it's often teens rushing to the park, so her message is to parents.
If your kids tell you there are fireworks in Victoria Park, there are not.
Fireworks are allowed on private property on Canada Day from 9 to 11 at night, but not at any city park without a permit.
So please stay away or come and enjoy the park, but not with your fireworks in hand.
Heather Centerin, CTV News Kitchener.
A motorcyclist injured in a Brantford crash has died. Brantford police say his bike and a car collided on King George Road near Vardy Avenue just before 2 a.m. yesterday. The impact left debris scattered across the area and sent the car careening into a nearby home. The motorcycle rider was taken to a nearby trauma center where he was pronounced dead. Police have not identified him. The driver of the car was also taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police are still looking at what could lead to the crash. A drug watch has been issued for St. Thomas, Woodstock and Oxford-Elgin counties tonight. The advisory from Southwestern Public Health comes amid a sudden rise in overdoses and deaths. Testing shows some drugs are being mixed into potentially deadly concoctions that have led to tragic results.
We lost 2 young women. After we tested, I believe it was a total of 11 samples. We did 9 crystal meth and 2 cocaine samples. All of them tested positive for xylazine, they tested positive for fentanyl, and they tested positive for benzodiazepines.
The broad advisory covers not only street-level users, but also occasional users of cocaine. Experts say while public concern is heightened, so is the call for more education. Waterloo Regional Police are investigating a series of thefts from gyms and fitness clubs tonight. 6 incidents were reported between May 21st and June 10th. Police say the suspect would take credit cards from locker rooms and try to use them to make purchases. Police shared these photos of a person they want to speak with in connection to the investigation. Anyone with any information is asked to get in touch. Regional police are also asking for the public's help in their search for a missing Kitchener girl. 12-year-old Daniela was last seen this afternoon in the Forest Heights area. She was last seen wearing a gray Nike jacket, blue knee-length jean shorts with white and blue shoes. Anyone with any information is asked to reach out. Regional Council has approved a long-term growth plan for the region of Waterloo International Airport. The plan for YKF sets a clear direction for how the airport will meet the needs of a growing community, respond to emerging industry opportunities, and strengthen its key role as an economic driver for the region. The outline will have 5 key themes. That includes positioning the airport as a transportation hub, building on the infrastructure, supporting a more sustainable future, strengthening support for the aviation and aerospace sector, and managing competing land use. Regional Chair Karen Redmond says approving the growth plan is an important milestone for the regional airport and its continued success. Just as Toronto Pride Festival weekend gets underway, organizers are warning the event is staring down some serious financial challenges going forward. Pride Toronto says it is still dealing with a $700,000 deficit despite cutting programming and reducing staff. The organization warns it's facing rising costs, security high among them, along with a more challenging sponsorship environment. Last year, the executive director linked a plunge in corporate funding to new U.S. policies targeting diversity, equity, and inclusion.
If we do not see some significant increase in financial support, we will not be able to continue to provide the level of pride that we normally do here in the city of Toronto. So those are conversations that I've already started having with the board and with community for 2027.
Modeste says government funding has been relatively stable. The provincial tourism, culture and gaming ministry said Toronto Pride and Capital Pride had both been approved for maximum eligible funding, and it continuously works with all partners, including Pride organizations such as Pride Toronto, to support community events across Ontario. This year's Pride theme is We Won't Stop. And a note, if you are heading into the city, there are road closures to keep in mind along Church Street. The University of Guelph is buzzing over their new Honeybee Research Centre. The state-of-the-art facility marks the next chapter in the school's century-long commitment to bee exploration. CTV's Spencer Turcotte takes us inside.
Honeybee research at the University of Guelph has a new home.
It's an extension of our 130 years of doing work on apiculture science and supporting honeybee health and pollinator health.
The newly opened facility replaces the cramped bungalow that housed the program for decades.
Our lab was a bedroom. Our living room was our classroom.
Now researchers, students, and beekeepers have room to grow.
It's a 15,000 square foot research facility that was designed with intention in mind.
Researchers helped design everything from the flow of bees and equipment through the building to specialized extraction, storage, and teaching spaces.
Our research lab has very specialized functions. We have an incubation room where we can create the ambient conditions inside a beehive.
The smart minds here can now study bee behavior and disease in controlled environments while looking at ways to strengthen hive health. And that work has implications far beyond honey production.
In Canada, honeybees contribute $7 billion to the economy annually. A third of the food we eat benefits from bee pollination. 80% of that pollination is done by honeybee colonies.
The expanded facility is also expected to increase the number of managed colonies on site, allowing for larger scale research projects.
We managed about 320 colonies. Our goal would be able to expand that to 700 colonies.
For anyone curious about the world of honeybees, the public can take a closer look during open houses this week. And as threats to bee populations rise, the hope is this new hive of innovation will be at the forefront of protecting our pollinators. Spencer Turcotte, CTV News, Guelph.
A renewed push for answers in the death of a transport truck driver.
We don't stop investigating these things, and we won't stop until we solve them.
Still ahead, why the murder of Michael James Lovejoy still haunts investigators 3 decades later. And our first check on the forecast, we were under a severe thunderstorm watch here in Waterloo region for most of the afternoon into the evening, and Environment Canada actually just lifting that within the last 2 minutes. But as you can see, that system continues to track across southern and southwestern Ontario, making its way towards the GTA. We are hearing of some damage in towards the Guelph area. Expect to see some windy conditions still to persist through this storm's track, and some rainy weather too. Okay, let's take a look outside now at some of that lightning that we saw from Waterloo region a little bit earlier this evening. You likely noticed it if you were out and about or even just watching from your home. Yeah, some messy conditions. We are still expecting to see some precipitation as well, but again, that severe thunderstorm watch has been lifted for Kitchener-Waterloo at this time. We'll have your full forecast and more news coming up in 2 minutes. It's a cold case unsolved for more than 30 years. A trucker found shot to death in his tractor trailer parked on the side of the 403. Over 3 decades and hundreds of tips later, Brantford police are still looking for answers. Tonight on Unsolved 519, the murder of Michael James Lovejoy and the investigation that continues to this day. CTV's Hannah Schmidt joins us with more on this. Hannah, after 32 years, police are still actively investigating.
That's right, Leanne. April 8th, 1994. That's when Lovejoy's transport was seen parked on the shoulder of the 403. The next day, a colleague passing by stopped to check on him. Lovejoy was found dead, and police launched what would become a decades-long investigation that remains unsolved to this day.
A busy highway near Brantford, a truck driver simply doing his job, and a mystery that has haunted investigators for more than 3 decades. On April 8th, 1994, Michael James Lovejoy's journey came to a sudden and violent end. The 35-year-old from Flint, Michigan, who had been working for RTS Transport Inc. for just 5 weeks, left the American Axle and Manufacturing plant in Buffalo just before 11 a.m. He crossed the border into Canada at the Queenston-Lewiston Bridge at around 12:20 p.m. with a load of automotive axles and was scheduled to arrive in Pontiac, Michigan at 10 p.m. But he never made it. Another RTS driver was headed eastbound later that night and saw Lovejoy's truck parked along the westbound lane of Highway 403 near Brantford.
That specific portion of the highway, it seems unusual that a transport truck would be parked there.
The trucker tried to contact Lovejoy over the CB radio. Lovejoy's handle was Supertramp, but couldn't reach him. The next afternoon around 2:15, that same driver was on his return trip and saw Lovejoy's truck still parked on the side of the highway. He went to check on him and found Lovejoy's body. He had been shot several times.
So April 9th, 1994, members of the Brantford Police Service attended to the 403 on the west side of the 403, approximately 1 mile east of the Park Road North overpass. Information had been received that a transport truck was parked at the side of the road. Police conducted an investigation and unfortunately found Michael James Lovejoy deceased in the rear portion of his transport trailer.
Lovejoy's shoes and socks were on the floor of the vehicle, and the alarm on his wristwatch was set for 5:30 p.m. His wallet remained inside the truck. His cargo was untouched. Police say robbery did not appear to be the motive, but one clue continues to stand out. Several witnesses reported seeing a tractor trailer with similar markings to Lovejoy's parked behind his vehicle and a man walking between the two trucks. That person has never been identified.
I think anyone that was part of that investigation would still be considered a person of interest. So if anyone has information in relation to who that individual was, we'd love to speak to them.
Police received more than 300 tips over the years, and investigators are hopeful advances in forensic technology could help move the case forward.
We do keep all the tips, so the investigators are constantly poring over that information. So because there's been quite a significant gap in time, we have assigned several investigators to that.
When Lovejoy was killed, he left behind a wife and a child. More than 3 decades later, police believe someone may still hold the missing piece to the puzzle.
We would appeal to specifically to this investigation, the Michael James Lovejoy, because it's been such a big time gap. Somebody from Canada or the U.S. may have some information.
They say the search for answers continues.
We have dedicated people, sworn in civilian, that are really passionate about the work that they do. So we don't stop investigating these things, and we won't stop until we solve them.
12 years ago, on the 20th anniversary, Brantford police issued a new appeal for tips, hoping new technology would point them toward Lovejoy's killer. Handwritten notes from 1994 were being digitized and entered into a database to search for connections to other cases. Anyone with any information is asked to contact Brantford Police or Crime Stoppers. Leanne.
The Navy Club in Woodstock says the water in their pond is low and that it's the city's fault. The Oxford County Navy Association says construction across the street is to blame for the water loss and now say they are tired of the city dragging its heels on a fix. Here's CTV's Jeff Pickle with that story.
All this rock area is usually underwater.
It's a well-loved and well-used natural spring pond.
There's lots of community events. We bring in the Parkwood veterans. They come here a couple of times in the summer. We have fishing derbies, all kinds of different functions for charity.
Sitting just beside the Oxford County Naval Association clubhouse, the pond is a hub of activity.
And the pond's just another way that we have the opportunity to reach out in the community.
The club says around 2 years ago, construction on a city-owned property caused the water level to drop significantly, meaning no more fishing and no more activities.
This is the overflow drain for the pond where the level should be at, and the water should be flowing through the top of that.
The club says it's been 2 years and they are still waiting on the city to act.
We met with the city and we tried to get some solutions to fix the problem, and we feel that after 2 years we are no farther ahead and we haven't heard where we are in the process of getting a solution to fix the problem.
The city confirms the cause of the issue and says they passed a motion to have a consultant look at the problem.
So they're going to come back with a bunch of options and the costing with those options. If it was easy, this would have been fixed quicker, there's no question.
The mayor says, like the Navy Club, they are also playing the waiting game.
We were in communication, we have been in constant communication with the Navy Club. Of course, we're all, let's say, unhappy at the speed of the reports that we've requested at this point.
With another summer with no fishing, the club says it's time to get moving.
I'd sleep better at night, and I'm sure the 900 members would be ecstatic to know that they have a pond that they can use.
The city anticipates the report will be ready the next few weeks, and from there we'll have to decide how to move forward. Jeff Pickle, CTV News, Woodstock.
Still ahead, reopening after renovations. The Doon Heritage Village gets ready to welcome people back following a 3-year closure when the grand reopening is taking place.
Well, lots of rain today, and that precipitation is set to continue throughout the night. But what will the days leading into the weekend look like? I'll have those details coming up next.
Severe thunderstorm watch lifting around the 11:30 hour in Waterloo region, but as you can see, it was still a little bit messy out there earlier tonight. You likely noticed some thunder and lightning as well, maybe even noticing some damage outside depending where you're joining us from. But again, that watch has since lifted and we are still expecting to see a little bit of precipitation heading into the overnight hours. Karis Mapp has more on what's in store the rest of the week.
Well, we did see a lot of rainfall today, and we're not quite done with that wet weather just yet. Starting with our futurecast, as you can see at this time, we have some cloud coverage, but pockets of rain moving through the region and surrounding areas. That's going to be the case for the next, well, I would say 12 hours. Tomorrow afternoon by 5 o'clock, most of the rain will have moved through the region, and then we're going to have cloud coverage. That's going to continue moving through, and then by Saturday afternoon, still some more clouds, but we seem to be done with the rain for now. So we got the bulk of it today, just moving forward, cloud coverage and some wind. Overnight, and expect an overnight low of 14 degrees, as we saw in that futurecast. 70% chance of showers, and there is a risk of a thunderstorm. So just be mindful if you're going out late tonight. Tomorrow, an expected high of 23 degrees, feeling more like 27 though. It is going to be cloudy, but there is a high UV index that's at 6. So anytime outside for long periods, still throw some sunscreen on because it can still get you. Looking at our almanac, an expected high of 20 degrees today, a little bit lower than what we're typically seeing for this type of year of 25. Overnight low right on par, 14. That's what we're expecting. And what we've all been waiting for now, that forecast, 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, cloudy, as we saw, there could be some more rain. But as we see the days go on, the temperature getting higher as well. As you can see this weekend, sunny and sunny. Next week, though, 31 degrees, 32 degrees for Canada Day. So it's going to be a beautiful one. That's in Waterloo region. Heading over now to Lambton, Kent, Essex. Pretty similar, warmer temperatures as the week goes on. Canada Day, they're hitting 35 degrees. Definitely going to be a warm one. As I mentioned, we're done with the showers for right now, getting to that mix of sun and cloud, mostly sunny. There is some showers later in the week. And finally, let's take a look at southern Georgian Bay. Cooler temperatures there, not by much though. Starting with mainly clouds tomorrow, going up to 29 degrees, 30, 31 by Canada Day, dropping down slightly to 26. And the overnight lows, not too bad either. So looks like as you're getting closer to next week, you can expect those warmer temperatures. You can expect a little bit more rain heading into the early days of next week. But overall, looks like the start of summer is here and it's coming with some hot temperatures. Leanne.
All right, Karis, thanks so much. A popular historic site in Waterloo region is reopening following a 3-year closure for repairs and upgrades. Doon Heritage Village will return with many of the familiar exhibits people in the region grew up experiencing. But there will also be some changes to improve accessibility and explore other stories beyond 1914. Here's CTV's Krista Simpson.
It's a step back in time to 1914 Berlin, as Kitchener was then called. Doon Heritage Village is ready to reopen to the public.
It is very, very exciting.
After 3 years of improvements and community consultation, and with the ring of the cowbell, the site returns with a new tagline, "One Village, Many Stories," signifying an effort to expand what's featured. The second floor of Martin House now includes an exhibit weaving together the life of Mennonites and the stories of Black families who came to the same area decades later.
It was my family story, going from Jamaica to England to Waterloo region in the 60s and sort of thriving here as we have.
The exhibit features photos taken by Aaron T. Francis's grandfather and other items.
There's so much in common. The quilts, the clothing, the dresses, and you'll see in the photos.
His exhibit is an opportunity to have a dialogue between different communities and looking at more so the parallels and the similarities that exist among the families that call Waterloo region home.
Other changes to the village include new signs to help guide visitors through the 60-acre property and improved accessibility features, replacing old ramps at the back of buildings with fresh new ones.
All the ramps now lead to the front door. Everybody enters the building through the same door and has the same experience, which is a little more welcoming for everyone.
There are also new planter boxes, bringing the gardens closer to everyone. And for visitors who may find areas like the noisy blacksmith shop overwhelming, the museum now offers backpacks with items inside that might help.
Having hearing protection and maybe the sunglasses might help people feel a little calmer and more relaxed in the space, and would allow school kids in particular to still enjoy the school program.
Still, amid the changes, the site is staying true to the classic experiences and nostalgia the village holds for so many, immersing visitors into life in the summer of 1914.
It was such a pivotal year in Canadian history, and all the changes of industrialization were coming. The First World War was about to break out. It was a very interesting time in Canada.
The village will formally reopen with a free public event on Canada Day, July 1st. The village will remain open for the season 7 days a week until September 6th. Krista Simpson, CTV News, Kitchener.
There you go, something fun to do next week on Canada Day. Okay, stay with us. We have more coming up.
KW's Bounce 99.5 has the music you just can't quit. Listen all summer for your chance to win. Turn the lights off, carry me home. With Bounce to your backyard.
Okay, finally for us tonight, you know what they say, school's out for summer. For many students across the province, the sound of the final bell today marked the end of the school year and the start of their summer vacation.
Like low-key, school sucks.
Oh! Students at William G. Davis School in Cambridge had some mixed emotions when it came to the last day of school, but many say they were excited to leave the books and backpacks behind and kick off the summer holiday. The break lasts a little bit longer this year, with classes set to start back up on September 8th. Well, congratulations to all the students there who finished another school year and are off on summer holiday. I'm sure it is well deserved, and Lots ready to spend time with family and friends and just enjoy what summer has to offer, whether it is here at home or away on summer vacation. All right, that's it for us. We will be back tomorrow during the 6 o'clock and 11:30 newscast. You can find news anytime on our website. Take care. Have a good night.